This is why I do solo trips. I'm about to play the video, but this woman decided to destroy a vendor's stuff or like throw it all into the ocean because she didn't get enough change back. Don't scroll, I'm about to play. All up in that man's stuff and everything else. Now Karma hit her real quick though, selling that water. This happened in DR, and then basically her and a group of friends paid for pineapple drinks, I guess. Well, because she didn't get enough change back or any change back, she proceeded to hop on their stuff and start throwing all their items into the ocean, destroying things, even looking like she about to get on the vendor himself. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was common knowledge. If you don't go exchange your money and you giving a third world country US dollars, do not really expect any change back. Not to mention all the folks saying, oh, I would have crashed out too. Y'all love trying to crash out in other countries. Y'all keep thinking it's sweet in other countries. Swear, can't do group trips, bro. You will not have me in jail with you, bro. Please, keep all the ghetto stuff in America. I'm begging you, bro. God forbid, she might be in jail right now. Who knows? She wild, bro.
As most people have already seen, this clip that's going viral from the young lady down in Dominican Republic acting an ass because allegedly she was overcharged for pineapple or drinks or something like that. Here's a video, and I got much more information on the situation as well. But before we do, let's read the comments here from that gentleman's video. And the very first comment under his video, and it reads, "The video host is telling us that we are supposed to be okay with extortion in another country. She didn't handle it correctly, but no, they stole her money." The creator responds, "What are you talking about? Did I say be okay? Did I not say exchange your money so this doesn't happen? You just comment just to talk." She responds, "You're painting her out to be an aggressor when that was her reaction to someone's actions. She is not right, and neither is the thief. But instead, you focused on her." And one thing I want to point out about that is this is something that women do. We obviously know that women don't take accountability. We already know that across the board. But what she just attempted to do right now is something that women do when the accountability is on a woman and there's no way for them to really defend that. Women refuse to solely put the accountability on the woman. The accountability then has to be shared. So she's saying it's on her and the thief, even though there was no thief in this situation, but we'll get back to it. Just wanted to point that out. The creator responds and says, "Yes, I am painting her out to be an aggressor because crashing out like this is horrible behavior, especially in another country that is known for locking people up and missing." She responds again, "I understand you get more views by talking down on the black girl than you do addressing the thief. Unfair justice treatment and kidnapping in the Dominican Republic." Then this last comment right here made that woman not respond and scramble, because that's what women do in the comments. They will argue with you in the comments, but as soon as you hit them with straight logic and they can't respond to it in any other way, if they don't get into name calling, they'll usually just leave. It's not about being the aggressor. It's about, is it worth what you can go through in another country with the crash out? Every country isn't going to give you the same liberties as America. That's a fact. That type of behavior, when I saw that clip a few days ago, I just thought this is one of the most disgusting things that I'll see, and it's too normalized in our community, especially with women not getting their way or having some type of conflict, and they result to acting like children and raging like a toddler. Now we have video of a man who claims to have been on the boat with her when this happened in DR. Let's play the clip.
Girl throwing the pineapples on the Punta Cana trip, she was on the same boat as me, and that girl crazy. Y'all cannot pay me to go to another country and show my ass like that. Like, you know, you can go to jail, real jail time in Punta Cana. So y'all, basically, the boat excursion was like you pay $300 for 4 hours and you get a bottle. So long story short, we all ordered, like me and my girls I was with, we ordered pineapple daiquiris. The pineapple daiquiris was only $30. So anyhow, they had charged her $285, thinking like she was paying for everybody plus leaving a tip. So when she looked at her card, she was like, she walked up to me and she was like, "How much are the daiquiris?" And I was like, "They $30. Like, what's wrong? You know, I can buy you one if you need to." And she was like, "Oh, hell no, G. Oh, hell no. They trying to play me. They trying to hold me. I'm from Chirac. I'm from Chicago. I don't even play like that. It'll really get like I'm about to, you know, bust my move, front my move." And I was confused because, you know, we all been drinking.
And one thing that he just said right there at the end is something I've seen with so many chicks. I'm from the hood of Detroit, and this happens with hood chicks. Not all of them are like this, but a good portion of that. They try to act like they men. They try to act like they tough guys when they're a woman. "Oh, I'm from Chicago. Oh, you know, I'm not gonna let you play me like that." What you gonna do besides act the ass? Here's part two.
So basically, she hopped her happy-go-lucky ass off the yacht onto the little bar cart they got in the water where they serving the daiquiris at. And she like, I'm not finna play with y'all. Like, before they started recording, she like, I'm not finna play with y'all. Give my money back right now. And the man, he's like, I don't understand. I did nothing wrong. I don't understand. And she like, she don't care about none of that. So she started grabbing the pineapples, throwing all the pineapples, throwing all the liquor, throwing all the stuff. And, you know, she just started throwing all the shit, and then she jumped off. And as she jumped off, she jumped into the water. Like, all of us was trying to grab her, and then she fall into the water. So mind y'all, everybody like, where this girl at? Why she not doing a story time? Her ass is locked up in Punta Cana. Y'all cannot be going out of country showing y'all asses. Like, y'all can't be doing that. Like, she locked up. Like, I done called. I'm trying to figure out what can I do to kind of help the friends and see what we can all do. And they like, it's just nothing. She just sitting. Like, somebody from the U.S. got to go get her, like the governor or something. You cannot go out of country showing your ass, especially not over no little bit of money. Like, I told her, I was like, just call American Express and get your money back. She like, nah, G, I can't go out like that. I can't go out like that. I can't go out sad. I can't go out sad. And I'm just like, just call your bank. But I'm about to post the whole footage of when the cops got there and everything, the video. I'm about to post all that right now. So just go ahead and follow me for part 3.
Okay, I didn't see part 3 on his channel, and I don't have any information on that woman, so I can't actually look up if that's true, that she's actually locked up in the DR. But hey, we're just gonna take it and run with it. Way before I see these reactions, the first thing I thought when I saw that clip, the very first thing I thought was, how much money are we talking here? How expensive could those alleged pineapples have been? And that gentleman said what happened was she allegedly was charged for everyone in her group's drink. So that brought the total to $285. I saw some discrepancies in the comments of that video saying that it might have actually been 300 Dominican pesos opposed to 300 US dollars. I don't know. If that's the case, that's crazy, because that made me Google the currency difference between US dollars and Dominican pesos. $1 US gets you 63 Dominican pesos. So if that's 300 pesos, we talking like $5 here. I really hope that wasn't the situation, that she was willing to crash out over $5 goddamn US. Or maybe it was actually $285 USD. Like this gentleman said, there's ways you handle that. How about you call your credit card company and dispute those charges? Or get with your friends in their group and say, hey, they actually charged me for y'all drinks. Can y'all give me y'all $30 a piece? Can y'all hustle up that cash and give it to me? Or as the gentleman in the first video said, maybe it's this thing about not exchanging currency. Maybe the individual who was selling the drinks didn't have your exact change in US dollars. Regardless, that type of behavior is not justified. It's simply not justified. And thankfully enough, you do have some women calling around and saying she was flat out wrong.
So I'm here to talk about that lady in Punta Cana that was crashing out over her being overcharged for the pineapples or the daiquiris or something. It was not justifiable, y'all. I'm sorry. The anger is valid. If I'm overcharged, I will be upset, but I will have a conversation with the vendor and say, hey, it was supposed to be $30. I got charged $285. What's up with that? Let me get my money back. And that's it. So her acting out of character, it shows I don't know how to manage my anger, especially in a foreign country. You should have gone to jail. You should have gone to jail. You embarrassed yourself, lady. You sure did.
So now we're throwing pineapples in the water in Punta Cana. That's what we're doing. Look, stop going to these countries and these islands acting a damn fool, because they will lock your ass up. And you got to remember, their jail is not like our jail. Long story short, young lady down in Punta Cana on vacation gets upset with the vendor over a money issue, and she proceeds to throw his pineapples and some other stuff into the water. Some perfectly good pineapples, I might add. And then, shouting and yelling and doing all this stuff. And of course, everybody's filming, okay? They will take your ass to jail over some pineapples. Mind you, y'all letting them good pineapples float in the lagoon. It was on a boating excursion. The boating excursion is actually fun. I've been on it. And you can see people standing up in the water because it's like a lagoon. It's not really the ocean. You're like in a lagoon. But here's the thing. Baby, call your credit card company and dispute it. Talk to him on the side. But what you don't want to do is make a big old scene and get arrested. They don't care nothing about you being from Chi-Town, D-Town, H-Town. They don't care nothing about none of that stuff. They will lock your ass up and take you to jail. Their jail is not equal to our jail, okay? And at the rate this current administration going, you want to get locked up in no other country, because they might be like, oh, she ain't no citizen, even with a passport. We have got to learn to do better. And I told y'all that when you're traveling with people. Remember I said, You traveling with that person that pop off, that act a donkey that'll get you locked up. Okay, because let me tell you one thing for certain, two things for sure. If you get locked up and we on vacation, you're going to be locked up. Cause I'm going home. I'm not missing my flight. And I'm going to call your people and let them know that she locked up down there in the islands. So just stop it. We have to learn how to handle situations better than that. Regardless of who was wrong or right, my concern is you will get in some trouble that you can't get out of. You know, don't let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash, like my grandma say all the time. We got to do better, y'all.
But of course, you also have those women who are saying what she did was rational. What she did was okay. And this irritates me to no end.
Why the do y'all think that when people get serious about their money, they're doing too much? But you don't think it's doing too much playing with somebody's money? Like, I never understood that. You're playing with somebody's money. Y'all might say money is the root of all evil. It's not that serious. You can't take it with you to the grave. You're playing with somebody's money. You might as well play with somebody's life. People don't play about their money. I'm one of those people. But a lot of people out here don't play about their money. So when you see how serious shit get behind that money, why do y'all want to, oh, it's not that deep. She did that about money. He did that about money. Why the fuck are you playing with people's money? I know y'all seen the video of the lady throwing pineapples every fucking where. Kinda find out, instead of that person charging her $30 for the damn daiquiri pineapple, they charge her card almost $300. Yes, it gets that serious about money. She's on vacation. It's her money at that. You think she give them 5, 6, 7 pineapples that she done threw? This man literally charged her card for almost $300. Yes, it gets that deep. I would have did the same thing.
Of course you would have did the same thing because you're a bird just like she is a bird. Birds of a feather flock together. Of course you would. You guys got to realize this as well. She did enough research to understand that the woman was charged almost $300. But she failed to point out that why it happened when allegedly she was charged for the entire group instead of the individual. Not saying that that situation should be rectified, but her actions are not justified for that. And let's keep it a buck. We talking about this screams broke. If you're willing to jump out the window for $285, I'm not saying $285 is chump change. I'm saying it's not worth jumping out the window over. And especially since allegedly this woman is locked up now. Which option was cheaper? Paying the $285 then disputing it with your credit card company later, or your ass being locked up in a foreign jail cell? You think Trump gonna come get your ass? Trump gonna be looking at you like,
look at my African American over here. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about? Okay.
this is idiotic, broke rhetoric.
In this video, this lady crashing out and throwing all these pineapples into the ocean. Now, I was a little befuddled too, like, what is going on with this, right? But then I looked through the comments, everybody just calling her ghetto, 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 ghetto. Y'all is way too classy for me.
We are.
You're way too classy, because as I'm reading through the comments, I'm like, what done happened? Somebody replied to me and said they done took her $50. I'm sorry, y'all, but you know, I guess I am the crash out friend too, because if somebody my money, I'm not finna be classy and be like, you know what, I'm not gonna worry about that. No, I'm finna turn up. Now it's time to turn up. You took it low. Now it's time for me to take it to hell. Okay? Now, if it was a man doing that too, y'all would have laughed. Because you know who else does that all the time? Aaron the plumber. I love Aaron the plumber. I actually love when he crashes out. Every time it's justifiable.
Aaron the plumber is an internet personality. We talking about a real life situation in a foreign nation. Idiot alert over here.
I feel like this lady crashing out throwing the pineapples in the ocean because somebody took her money is justifiable. How y'all policing how people react to stuff? You hit me. Get ready to fight. I'm not gonna be, oh my God, what are you doing? We're about to fight.
You talking about fighting, you probably be the first one to get lumped up. Relax.
Shut up. Shut up.
It's time to fight now.
You ain't about to fight nothing.
Slide. Some people ain't here to be played with. And I guess I was raised up by like Gen X parents.
Shitty parents.
And here's the thing. Don't start with me because I'm going to finish it. We are going to go all the way down up in there. We finna get nasty with it. Why is she acting like that? Because somebody stole from her. That's why. I thought that was like a simple answer to a question. I felt like anyways, like somebody stole from you and then you act up in response. Why is that crazy? I'm also not the person either that will let nobody say nothing crazy to me and then sit there and pull out my phone and we finna record it to put you online. No, you said something crazy, I'm either gonna A, say something real crazy bad to where you start crying, or B, we're gonna go ahead and fight now, because that's obviously what you had wanted to do. You wanted to fight, right? So let's do it.
She's talking about fighting, and she says when they go low, you go to hell, and all this yada yada fake tough. I've said this before. A lot of women have this fake tough bravado where they try to act like they'll actually do something. All you end up doing is get embarrassed and then arrested in a foreign nation, just like the young lady did originally. And she talked about people policing how people react. You are entitled to react however you want to. But guess what, grown-ass adult? There's a thing called consequences. And the lady who kicked off this whole thing from Chicago, from Chirac, she's paying for the consequences of her actions by being locked up in a foreign country. I've lived in foreign countries. I've visited foreign countries. Everywhere ain't the U.S. Women have a lot of freedom and a lot of liberties here in the United States they would not have in other countries. You guys remember a couple years ago was the sassy bus driver. I think the truck driver from Houston got locked up in Dubai. Hell, I just did a video a couple months ago about that chick from New York who catfished a dude in Pakistan, flew over there and was acting a fool, and all the black women was laughing it up. Ha ha, kiki. Oh, she's so funny, yada, 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 yada. Fast forward, I haven't heard a peep from nobody. That chick been locked up in Dubai for a month, maybe 2. So y'all really need to fall back when you visiting these foreign nations, because they are not like America. Y'all super free in America. Other countries don't tolerate that disrespect from foreigners. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. You better squad. Fall out.